you. Okay, strategy number 1 is building your campaigns properly. Now, what I mean by building your campaigns properly is actually taking the time to keep everything clean, collect your ads, properly create trackers, and set a clean foundation. You see, you want to think of launching campaigns the same way that a pharmaceutical company might go about testing the results of a new drug. You have a petri dish that is your campaign, you have your lab, which is your ads manager, and before they go ahead and add whatever drug it is to the bacteria that they're trying to kill, well, first they're going to clean the environment, which means get out any junk inside of your ads manager. Then they're going to prepare themselves to record and observe what's going to happen, which means filling out an ads tracker, a sheet that has your copy, your ads, and exactly what it is. And then they go ahead and add the drug in and watch what happens. And this, while so simple, is a place that so many advertisers go wrong. Too many ad accounts I've been inside of just have hundreds, if not thousands of campaigns with hundreds of ad sets inside of them, and thousands of the same ads have just been duplicated to hell. And let me tell you, that is not a strategy for success. I don't know any big advertiser who has more than 100 campaigns inside of a single ads manager. I'd say probably less than $500,000 a month in paid advertising. There's no reason for you to have more than probably 20 campaigns maximum, if even inside of your ads manager. As a matter of fact, one of my largest clients that we took to $2.6 million a month had only 3 ads inside of 5 campaigns that was guiding all of their growth. So clean up your environment, launch your campaign. My recommended structure is having one that's a testing campaign on ABO with a couple different ad sets in there housing your different ads, and then just step back and let it run. Let it run for 3 to 4 days before you think about making any adjustments or modifications. Okay, strategy number 2 is standard events. And there's 2 ways to go about doing this. So when you go ahead and create your campaign and you go to your ad set, you can choose your conversion event. Now, one thing that I typically do is create custom conversions around standard events. Now, let me explain this really clearly because I got confused when I was doing this. A custom conversion is nothing more than having a specific piece of data you're collecting from one part of your website, and or a conversion that is custom. You can give it a name and it's special. But you have 2 ways that you can track data inside of that custom conversion. You can use standard events or you can use custom events. And this is where people go wrong. You want to use standard events. Quick little cutaway here. When I was doing some quality control on the video, I realized I did not explain this first point very well at all. So I'm gonna explain it right now. It's about a week and a half later. You obviously can tell I look a little bit different and the background's changed, but we'll presume with the video as usual. Let me go ahead and explain this first point with you right now. Okay, so what's important to know is that when you set up a meta ads campaign, you have what's called standard and you have custom conversions. Now, what you need to know is that when you're creating a custom conversion, you can pick a bias, which is like, okay, this is a custom conversion, but it is typically, or I should classify this as a standard event of schedule or submit application. There's actually around 20 of these that Meta provides for you by default. So what I like to use personally in my campaigns is I will create a custom conversion with a standard event as like the bias. And if you create a custom conversion, which I can explain in another video, you will see exactly what I mean and what I'm talking about when you choose conversion value. Let me actually show you what I mean. Okay, so you can see on my screen right here, this is the custom conversion section. When you create a custom conversion, you can choose your URL traffic, but what's important is choose the standard event for optimization, select your own category, don't use Meta recommended, select one here. If you're running a call funnel, you should use complete registration or schedule. Either one of those will work, but that's what I mean is there's a custom conversion with a standard event optimization inside of it, and that is very different than what is just a standard event, which looks like this. Okay, so right here I'm inside of an ad account, but you can see there's custom conversion here. This is grayed out. It can set up conversions. I don't have my pixel and everything properly optimized, but inside of choosing your conversion event, you can select the custom conversion that you created. So the reason why that's so important is coming back over here, standard events, everyone who's an advertiser can feed data to this. Custom conversions, only you can feed data back to this. So when you select a custom conversion that fires when someone hits a specific page in your funnel, hey, only people that hit this page on my website, tag that as a win for us. Versus standard events, which is, hey, if this person hits the page on my website, tell Meta that so that way everybody knows. And this will help prevent you from getting a lot of bookers, people that just book calls nonstop. I've had leads that schedule for my business that then next week go and schedule for my client's business because we have some campaigns that use a standard event, which means anybody on Meta who books calls is going to be advertised to, versus custom conversion, which is what I prefer to use, where only people that have booked for us or people like those who have booked for us can schedule calls. Another way that you can make this better is only put this custom conversion on a qualified landing page versus an unqualified landing page. But all right, that wraps up point 1. Let's resume with the video back at the fancy setup. Moving on to number 3, and this one is so simple, but I see it go wrong all the time, and that is make sure the promise or hook of your ad matches the headline of the next page they go to. And what I mean by this is if your ad says, I'm going to get you 10 clients, your landing page or the next thing they see after they click better say, I'm going to get you 10 clients. If those two things don't align, you're going to lose probably 20 to 30% of conversions right there. And that's free money. Imagine 20 to 30 cents for every dollar that you spend going back into your pocket. That's how powerful it is having your headlines. And bonus points if you continue to keep that promise the same all the way through the funnel.